Please turn to page 34 in the Gold Prayer Book, and we will chant Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times, Medicine Buddha stanza 7 times, and then the 4 measurables 3 times. And those are all on page 34. So first, Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times. Te ata mune mune maha munae soha. Te ata mune mune maha munae soha. Te ata mune mune maha munae soha. Bhagawan, with equal compassion for all, whose name, when merely heard, dispelled the suffering of the lower realms, dispelled of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. I'll go to page 37, and we'll chant Chenrezig's mantra and Green Tara mantra on page 37. First, the one for Chenrezig. Not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head a perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings. To you, Chenrezig, all-seeing one, I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani mani padme hum. Om mani padme hum. Tare liberates from cyclic existence. Tutare liberates from the 8 fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to the liberator, Mother Tara. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Now go to page 34, and Geshe-la will lead us on the refuge and bodhicitta prayer.
Sanje chodan soje chonam la chanjo pardon. Dage chishen jebe sunam je Sanje chodan soje chonam la chanjo. Dage chishen jebe sunam je Sanje chodan soje chonam la chanjo. Dāgī chūshīn jīpē sūnāṃ jīyāṃ lādāṃ lāṃ mē nāṃ mē wāṃ jīyāṃ wāṃ jīyāṃ lāṃ jīyāṃ lāṃ jīyāṃ sāñcē sōrā rāb dā shīshīn dēvē jīyāṃ wāṃ dēdā shīyāṃ dā mē chūshīn jīyāṃ dē shīshīn nāmā lāyā kē dā lū dā nīshīn kē tē mō dā dā mē kē nā dā rā gu jīyāṃ nāmā dā jīyāṃ kē nā dā kē chē tē kāngkē tū sē jīyāṃ sō nē tā wā dā mē mō mē dā mē chū nē dē dē mō gō dā mē dā chō. Good morning. Maybe first short introduction, please. Introductions. So then after that we'll do some. Good morning, Venerable Tenzin Lamo. Good morning. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Chitra Mata. Good morning, Nico. Good morning, Cameron, Nova, Pati, good morning, Mona, good morning. Yeah, well, yes.
Okay, we can come back to our seats now.
Good morning, Panditji. Oh yeah, thank you. So now we do short meditations. Short means maybe, I don't know, could be like 5 minutes, could be 3 minutes, could be 10 minutes. We'll see. I've been explaining this meditation last, I think, few Sunday. Actually, this is like single-pointed meditations, okay? Single-pointed meditations. And when I say single-pointed meditation, what we are trying to do is we are trying to place all our attentions into one single object. So you may ask, what's the benefit? The benefit of this meditation is the two. First, one is like, wandering mind. So that's the one reason. You don't have to believe, you can analyze, you can experiment if they're true or not. As I mentioned always, we as a Buddhist, we have full freedom to analyze even the Buddha's teaching. We don't accept or believe because simply Buddha says, Buddha encouraged all of us to analyze. So therefore, it's quite important to analyze. So there's two benefits. Why single-pointed meditations? Why is it so difficult to keep your mind calm? So then not just that, so then have some degree of peace within the mind. So what are the obstacles? Obstacles, wandering mind. That's why mind is not calm, because there's not just one thought, there's like many thoughts. How to control them. Only according to Buddha's teaching, only way to control that is to focus. Try to place all your attention into something and see how it goes. No need to believe, just see how it goes. First, the benefit that wandering mind will, one by one, will disappear, one by one. Not like simultaneously, one by one, disappear. Second benefit is that mind is going to be still, meaning it's not now moving all over the place, it's going to be still. So then hopefully this whole meditation becomes like still, clear water. All the dust has been settled into the bottom of the water, meaning all the thought, they become subconsciousness, meaning not active. Doesn't mean they completely disappear, but they become inactive. Only thought that's active is one, that's like focusing on that object. Okay, so benefit. Someday, samadhi, in Sanskrit, in Tibetan it's called someday, this meditation called someday. So this meditation does require sitting. It's hard to focus if you are moving. Other meditation can be done. Meditation mainly means thinking. When you get angry, if you think, slow, anger will die down. So what that does, that gives you time to sit back, breathe, think before overreact, superreact. This kind of gives you time to assess the situations, outcome, become wiser, basically become wiser. So why we are so quick to react, we don't train our mind. We just think, that's the way, how you say, that's the way am I? How you say?
That's the way I am.
That's the way I am. That's not good news at all, not good news. That's very bad news. Anything can change, anything can change, anything can change. See, the Buddha's lifetime, someone killed 999 human beings. Somehow managed to forget himself, not just that, liberate, basically free himself. So why we think that I can't change? It's not good. So we can change because according to Buddhism, we associate ourselves with Buddha nature, meaning, whatever you call divine nature, Buddha nature, is very pure. That's how we associate our life with Buddha nature. That's why in Buddhism is highly encourage you to think about precious human life. This life is not like something you don't like. It's precious. We don't associate ourselves with our actions. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. There's nothing to do with religious belief. That's the fact. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. I think not. That's what's called meditation. So you remind yourself every day, that, how you say, you talk about self-compassion. Yeah, so beating up yourself, looking down on yourself because something went wrong, you did something that's not the best thing to do. So today's the topic is compassion. The compassion is very much needed when it comes down to your happiness and the happiness of other people. The compassion is the key. That is the best. Not the easiest thing to do, but the best thing to do. It kind of like heals you, it heals everyone. Compassion. So, religious belief, no guarantee. There's no guarantee. Compassion guarantees loving kindness, compassion, respect. This all is good things. The human, not just Buddhist, Christian. We all human need that in order to live this life well. What we need, we don't need more religions. What we need, more loving people, more kind people, more compassionate people, treat each other with respect, dignity. That's what we need. Then world will be a better place. So, so this is meditation. So that's not part of the meditation, but so this meditation is called single-pointed meditation. So just try to experience how that feels when you reach to the point there's very little thought, almost just maybe only one thought. Just see how that feels. If that feels good, so then please do. It will benefit you. So then if you are calm, if you have peace in your mind, it will have positive impact on your friend, your family member, your relative, everyone else benefits. That's something you can do. Therefore, this life is so precious, okay? So what we are going to do, please just imagine or visualize or hear center of your heart or maybe like before you, space before you, just visualize this very thin, bright circle. So that thin, bright circle, I just made it up. The rest of the meditation, I did not make it up, but thin circle. Trying to have some boundary with the object. Otherwise, object is too vast. Too vast, too big. So central, thin, bright. Center of that, just visualize tiny white dot. Okay? So that is the center of your consciousness, or that's the essence of the consciousness. And try to please focus there. Beside that white dot, there's nothing to see, nothing to look for, nothing to analyze. There's nothing. basics like this, space does nothing. Slowly, slowly, this white dot, tiny white dot, become bigger and bigger and bigger, size of the bird egg. Then just pause there. During the meditations, thought rise. Different thought rise, because we never learn how to control them. So definitely thought will rise. Simply recognize them, don't follow. Or if this analogy helps, but this analogy also I made it up, every thought comes within the circle like shooting star, start from bright, then just disappear. So like that, okay? So we'll do some meditations. The best, no concern, no expectations, no worries. Effort, not too much effort, not too little effort, just enough. Like the bird gliding into the sky. How to see the dot, just like baby seeing things as it is, nothing more, nothing less. Be aware of the white dot that is center of the consciousness. Be aware. The nature of this white dot is clear knowing. Clear knowing. What we are experiencing is clear knowing. Clear knowing. That's what we are experiencing. That is the nature of awareness. Simply being aware of our awareness. Being aware of our awareness. Eventually your mind becomes like still, clear water. Still, clear water. All the other thoughts become inactive. Now all the attention is on this white dot. Now slowly whole things dissolve back into the heart. Slowly. Anyone fall into sleep? Another way, maybe you can guide yourselves, like you can just tell yourself, don't think a thing you are thinking about. You can just say, don't think a thing you are thinking about, and see what happens. Just say it. Don't think a thing you are thinking about. Just sit. Don't think a thing. How do you say? Don't think. Don't think.
Don't think the thing that you are thinking about.
Yeah, don't think the thing you are thinking about. Sanja sambar mijashings. Sanja sambar mijashings. Does it mean that whatever you are thinking is bad? No, it doesn't mean whatever you think is bad. What we are trying to do is we're trying to keep trying to experience one thought. That's what we're trying to do. Why you do that? Experience calm, peace in the mind, that's all. Samja sambar mijashings. Don't think a thing you are thinking about. Make sense? Then little while, when your mind a little bit settled, then you say it again. Don't think that you are not thinking about the thing you are thinking about. Say it again.
Don't think that you are not thinking about the thing that you are thinking about.
So these I'm not making this up. These are in the book. So taking care of mind is not that easy. So it requires many different approach. Samja sambal mijamji, samja sambal mijashis, mizambaya misamos, mizambaya misam. Samda misam. So now the third one, you translate all. Do you have translations?
Not in front of me, but I remember most
Okay, yeah, please say the third line.
Don't think about either one.
Oh, so the lyric become a little more tricky. Samjasama mazama, sometimes teve toni tongpaju. So then you probably access the ultimate truth. Ultimate truth. That's how it looks like, feels like. So this is, please try, see, I think for all of us, it's good to everyday experience state there's less thought. See how you feel, less thought. And see, so maybe today we do a little bit differently. So maybe if you don't mind, maybe small group and share your experience. Please share your experience when you meditate, what happened, share. So then also share with us. I also was wondering, like, re means re expectation. Talk means concern. That apply to any meditations. Whenever you do what kind of meditations, these two should not be there. Trying to minimize them. Nam tok. So then let me see, drama.
Mira,
Drama.
¿cómo lo hacemos? Salís así. Es así. Lo dejamos ahí y así. Así. Y ahí traba, ¿ves?
It's out of space. Not here. I don't think anybody's talking here. Then Namtok, that's how it sounds in Tibetan. Namtok. Sometimes it's more sounds like stories that created by our mind. Namtok could be like that, could be like drama, all of that. Less of that. Yeah, we can do. Some humans doing that, so we are human, same thing. We can do. Takes time, it's not like right away. It takes time, some effort. Reto laso namdoki jeju kayama, nothing to analyze, nothing to judge, nothing to find, nothing to analyze. There's nothing. You may chungse means little bit, just in the beginning, short time, 1 minute. 30 seconds, just short time, short. See, you can do short time. Just set up the alarm, maybe like 20 seconds. See, you can just think one thing, just one thing. See if you can just focus here. 10 seconds, just see. If you can focus 10 seconds, that can be expanded. Logically, it doesn't make sense. That can be expanded over time. That's all the single point meditation is about, to make your mind calm, then second level, experience some degree of peace within the mind. So same thing, be present, be, how you say, be at the, not like that, because be present. What that means? It means make sure don't caught up in the past memory, don't carry out in the future, just be here, present. It's not talking about physically. Physically you are here. It's not talking about physically you are going there or there. The mind is the one that goes there, goes everywhere. So that thought needs to be present. And therefore we use some visual object to focus, to place all our attentions and see how that feel. Just see how that feel. If you feel calm, kind of peaceful, that is what this meditation produces. And that meditation has the ability to produce a lot of them. Day after day, could experience it like hours, like that. That experience, you can have that experience longer time. It doesn't begin like that, but it begins with a small scale, but it can be expanded. For the sake of your own peace of mind, nothing to do with religious belief, it's just something to do with your mind. So then sometimes your thought act like the bird that trapped in the cage, your awareness. Or like how you say, I'm so obsessive with my thought. So that's exactly means can get rid of. That means the thought that act like the bird that trapped in the cage, on the ship, in the middle of the sea, or wondering maybe there's somewhere to go. In that case, what do? Release. Don't keep there, release. Just release. See what happened. Why, how, that was so desperately want to fly. Just let it fly. Just release. Open the cage, just release. See what happened. Fly. Slowly, eventually realize the boat is the only place to land. It will come back. Meaning you come back to your meditation. That's all. Boat, there's meditation, your meditation. It comes back to meditation. Chida singni puwe charo ne chonam kune laya tepa. Chida singni puwe charo. Sing means boat. Charo is like some sort of bird. What kind of bird they bring, I don't know. Some kind of bird. Then the birds fly around, they not just fly, go round, eventually get tired, then come back to the boat, means come back to the meditation. Anything that appears, thought rise, anything that rise will disappear. What is that? That's natural law of causality, that's all. There's nothing to explain. Thought, thought rise, they remain there like hours and hours, will be dead long time ago. There's not, thought rise, it disappears. Can you imagine? Every thought that rise will disappear. So, nawa pembu ngāngi nawa, so that's the meditation I just let. Nawa appearances. It's not this book, it's not toys, it's not book, it's not table, it's just something that appears. Nawa pembu. Ngang means remain on that, be on that, be on that. Now, it's not this, it's not that. It is just like this. You can't say this, there's nothing, it's like this. That's why I'm saying there's nothing to look. Now, reto, re expectations, talk, concern, tie with the past experience, worrying about future, none of that. Reto lazo, nam toki, Jeju means nothing to analyze, nothing to investigate, nothing. Yome, without distractions, Yome, chungse, little bit, pause there, little bit. That's all, just pause there. Am I fainted? Jal means faint. You are not fainted. You are fully awake. You are very fresh. Nilo, are you like has a dozy? Slow, drowsy. How is it?
Drowsy.
Drowsy. Then slow, precious jewel comes out of here. That means you are really now drowsy. Jatang, Nilo means no. Ijeka, that's almost impossible. Ijeka means like Iche means like what is being aware of something, You can eliminate that. You can eliminate that. Even after death, you can eliminate that. So it's impossible to eliminate. Basically meaning awareness. Awareness you can eliminate. Ijeka. I think when we faint, I think all the consciousness become like inactive. Short period of time, very short period of time. Like when you sneeze, like excuse me. So now here, the people here also say, bless you. In Tibetan, we say long life. No disease, long life. That's what we say, no disease, long life. I think somehow somebody figured it out. When you sneeze, somehow they figured it out that kind of like all the awareness become like inactive, maybe worry about that. Very close to death, actually. Sneeze, maybe that's why they say blessing. I'm not sure. When you sneeze, why you say blessing? There's in America, you say, I don't know.
Geshe, my understanding is it comes from a time when there was a very bad pandemic, and a sneeze was a sign that you might have it. So the blessing, when you say bless you, it was people were mostly Christians. It would be like, God bless you, meaning may you not have this disease, may you be healthy and safe.
So anyway, that's interesting. But here, like when you sneeze, that moment, short period, that's very short, it has to be short, otherwise we'll be dead. When you faint, we faint short period of time. What happened? All this active consciousness, thought become inactive. Same thing, sneeze, jatang, nilo. Then when we go to sleep, then all the five senses become inactive, become like subconscious. Doesn't mean they disappear, they become inactive. So probably better chance for meditation, but unfortunately kind of fall asleep. Jada nilo tabo ije kabo mayen tembe jaso to juari be shejin dos. So that's why, no concern, no worries, nothing to look for, nothing to judge, nothing to investigate, just pause a little bit, see what happens. Now, eventually, because then eventually this meditation becomes like still, clear water. That's what we enjoy. So maybe please some like discuss, maybe share your experience, what happened when you do these meditations. So I'm very much hoping then eventually you can lead the meditation because you speak better English. So easier to understand, people to understand. So whole thing is to share, then spread. Because, we want to help, that's all. We just want to help, that's all. I'm seeking help, everybody's seeking help, everybody deserves the best. So if you can offer one, please do. So then, what they believe, what they eat, what they look like, what they do, just leave them alone and help them to enjoy, to state their less thought. That will generate calm, that will make your mind calm. It will eventually generate peace in the mind. And share that every human living being on this planet, I think this is so important regardless what we believe. If you don't believe anything, doesn't matter. If you're believing in something, doesn't matter. I think there's something that we all need to understand. Everybody seeking happiness. Everyone. Don't ever assume that person does not deserve something good. This is ignorance. Everybody's trying every single moment, trying to avoid even the smallest problems if they can. And everybody seeking, moment we wake up, everybody hoping something good. So that's the fact. That's the fact. Then based on that, so Dunga Tamutsana meditations, nobody. That's just your perception, that's just your idea. My team deserves the best, it's just your idea. Everybody deserves something good. Dunga Tamutsana, nobody is looking for any suffering, nobody. So that's the fact. Dela Namia Choshe Mebanis. When it comes down to happiness, nobody content, including myself, nobody content. What is that? That's the reality. There's nothing to religious belief, that's just reality. Oh, I don't think so. Go ask each person who wants suffering, ask one by one, see what they say. There could be atheists, could be agnostic. Just ask, are you looking for suffering? See what they say. There's nothing to religious belief. So that is fundamental understanding is very much needed, rather than just talking about world peace, one world, this all wonderful word, but need some actions, some actions. So then people do all kinds of things to achieve that, achieve that. And unfortunately, very mechanism that we use is not leading what you're looking for, it's leading to you to more complications, more problems. With a very mechanism we use, we don't use compassion as a mechanism to achieve. We don't use love as a technique or mechanism to achieve our goal. We just scream, shout, then like call name, look down, all kinds of things. These are leading deep into more problems. That's all, nothing. So then you end up with more calm mind, peaceful mind. When you look at others, you don't look at them, you look at them like same like you, or looking for happiness. I should not destroy it. If I cannot give anything, at least restrain to destroying their happiness. You'll never win, you never gain anything, you don't gain anything. Why you do? You don't gain anything. If you be kind, you gain something, peace of mind. That's mental happiness. This is very, very important. Dunga Tamutsame meditation, Dela Namya Choshe Mebanis. Based on these two fundamental things, nobody wants suffering, and nobody is content with happiness. Based on that fact, there's no differences between me and you. Tibetan, American, same thing. You are also looking for, you live in the most powerful country, still you are looking for happiness. You can't just assume, oh, American people don't deserve happiness. They live in the most powerful country. It's ignorance. Everyone. Da na shen la, da you, she me other, there's no differences. Same. Having that mindset, you receive immense benefit. You receive immense benefit. Your whole perception change, your whole perceptions, because before so much negative thinking, slowly is exchanged with perceptions, and positive perceptions. Then you have more positive thoughts. Your life will be better off. More negative thought, your life will be more difficult. More negative thought. It's not good. The negative thought is like kind of like is exhausting, kind of your like whole energy, positive energy within your life. Negative thought are the one kind of like exhaust all of that positive thought. So that immense benefit. Dunga thamutsa me midajin dela nami chojin me dada shena chaba shenten kawa chaba chi. Wish them happiness. That's all you need to do. Just wish them happiness. If you cannot physically give one, just wish them happiness. You get immense benefit. The moment you start to wish something negative on somebody else, there's a negative mind. So that destroy your peace of mind. No need, no good. Shenden kawajawa chinjelos. Wish happiness for every living being. Nothing to lose, so much to gain. Oh. So this is the fundamental things. There's the fundamental things. There's the core teaching of Buddha. There's the core teaching of Buddha. That's why in the very beginning you say, may all sentient beings have happiness. You don't say, oh, may only Tibetan people have happiness. Cause it. Don't say, all sentient beings. Why? Everybody's experiencing something. On and off. As I mentioned, as a Buddhist monk, I myself trying to remind myself every single day, human life is not perfect. This comes with complications. First of all, there's complication at the birth. There's nothing to religious belief. Then after that, what happened? Oh, we get old. There's nothing you can do. It's a part of the human package. There's nothing you can do. That means every human, not just you, every human, then get sick, then eventually die. So this is the human problem. That's why I'm saying human is not a perfect. So then top of that, Dukkha the towers, losing loved one. It's only a matter of time. It's not like depressing. It's very important to remind yourself. Make sure when it happens, it doesn't become like shock or surprise. Encountering something you don't like to be encountered. Could be place, could be people, could be all kinds of things. That was expected. No surprise. So, loneliness, we will experience loneliness here, there, as a human. It's part of the human complication. Looking for something so badly, there's no guarantee. You may succeed, you may not succeed. If you don't succeed, simply recognize. It's not just my own personal problem, every human. So these are the foundations. These are the, the foundations. That's how we develop universal compassion. Everybody is struggling. Oh, no, that person looks great, dressed well, drive nice car. Your compassion has nothing to do with that. Your compassion is like much deeper complications. Not any human is free from that have this problem. So you use that as a foundation to sympathize, empathize, become more compassionate. That is the foundation for universal compassion. That's how the universal compassion has been developed according to Buddha's teachings. So then you get immense benefit. You have more calm mind. Your mind is calm most of the time because this positive thought is activated by meditations or saying prayers or doing review meditations. So when a problem occurs, it's not bad as you think, because the mind handles quite well. Your thought, your attitude, your way of thinking handles that situation quite well with calm. So fundamentally, all spiritual practice, meditation, is all boils down on individual liberations. In the best liberation for every living being. Freedom. What liberation means? Freedom. From what? Problem. That's all. Problems. We are seeking freedom from problems. That's all. Seeking freedom from problems. When you seek freedom from problems, you need positive mindset. You can't achieve freedom from problems with negative mindset. That's what I mean. You can only achieve freedom from problem with positive mindset. So then, some other teaching, they say, you are your own protectors, you are all your own enemies. Who become protectors? Yeah. Not the physical things, mind, or the way we think is very, the internal, the mental world is kind of complex, complicated. Can you imagine like how many different thoughts that rise every single day? Even just one day. Out of the, let's say, 10 thoughts rise 1 hour. Out of that, how many of them are like neutral, and how many of them are positive, and how many of them are negative? Or maybe 8 negative, or 1 neutral, 2 positive. Now you understand why life becomes more complicated. How come that today I feel good, I feel kind of happy? Yeah, more positive thought lines up. More positive thoughts have been activated by thinking something, maybe meditations. That's why you feel calm. This is all freedom from problems for you, and mind or teaching for others. That's all. That is, I think one way to say you owe that to yourself. Another way to say that's your moral responsibility to help yourself as much as you can. Help. So, it's not meditation, not like some kind of fashion that you do. No. It is all about helping yourself, shaping your thought, or seeing things in a positive way, seeing things in a positive way. That's all about meditation, all about. So therefore I said in the beginning, meditation does not require sitting. You can be walking, thinking something positive. I used to be a very angry person, so now since I've been doing some meditation here, there, now I get angry less and less. So when I'm about to get angry, I think, and somehow I manage to transform or subdue or minimize that anger. So nowadays I hardly get angry. So good news that you manage to learn how to free yourself from that pain of anger. So now you have less pain of anger because you have been thinking. So your meditation is working quite well, like that. Okay. So now, please, sorry, so maybe share your experience of meditations. Yeah. So you can, the small group, if you from the friend from online, if you want to contribute, then just say something, okay? Maybe all of you can group up. Hello, Suzanne. Suzanne, Ninja. We are like dividing into groups to share the meditation experience.
Gesla? Gesla?
All my friends online,
May
we
I
can
ask a quick question? So
can
when,
or no?
no, we can't, I think you have to create a breakout room, which I asked in the chat if they can make a breakout room.
Yeah, if you're on Zoom and you unmute yourself, you can talk among yourselves. We might be able to hear you here in the Gampa, but go ahead and try.
They can talk to themselves.
Hemant, this is Nico. Heidi and Hemant, can you unmute it? I don't want to disturb the Bampa though with my chatter.
Yeah, we can hear you, Nico.
Yeah, I was thinking about
Opportunity, all my friends online to take good nap.
maybe we'll talk about it later.
It's not people online discuss experience of meditations.
Yeah, this, you're not muted, so they should be able to hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can they hear each other then? I will just go ahead and let it be audible.
But if all of this comes into the way now.
Yeah, just let it.
We can hear each other, but so can everybody in the Gampa.
Nico, did you have a comment?
Suzanne, there's no today, no translations. No translations. Maybe all my friends online, opportunity to say mantra. Or maybe you can enjoy some tea, coffee break. All my friends online, coffee break. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, very good. Susan, have some tea. Enjoy mate. Tomasi, very good. Let's go. Let's go. Do you mind to share your discussions, experience? Adamus. Maybe people online, they don't, yeah.
We talked about just the normalness of not being able to stay present, and we talked about just some of the tools that we've learned over the years to work with a mind that just won't stay present. So we were talking about things like just even if you can stay present for a second or two by saying pause or pause, or stay, and that is success. If that's, if that's where you are, then that's okay. It's 3 seconds that you would not have been present in that. So.
Any way to improve?
Any way to improve?
Improve, like say, like just wondering, like when we meditate, as I mentioned, a circle that I created is not in the meditations. So because this object is too vast, so that's why I have to have some boundary. So the way to improve, like having a visual object, does it help or better not to have visual object or just pause, like appearances? That's exactly how it's been explained in the teaching. Appearances, there's no circle, there's nothing visual, just pause. Then there's nothing to see, nothing to find, nothing to look, nothing to judge, it's just be. So then there are, down the teachings, there are like questions, right? How to place our awareness there, what's the best way to place? There are 6 of them mentioned. One of them are frequent, 2 of them are frequently used as like bird gliding. Like meaning like meditation needs to be comfortable. No, not always like, that's not the best way to fly. Always go like this, you get exhausted. Maybe a few flip, so then, few flap, then glide, and then. There's one, out of 6 of them, there's one of them. Another one is like baby looking at things. They just see as it is, they don't judge, they don't make stories, they just see the way it is, nothing else. They just like, they see same thing, but we have many thoughts, they have no thoughts. They just look at them. Like that, that's the way to look at it. What kind of mindset? Concern, no good. Expectation, no good. None of them, just be. So I was wondering anywhere to improve. Having visual, white dirt, I made it up. Maybe better not to have, or...
I mean, I have a lot of like tools that I use.
Please share. Maybe a lot of people benefit.
Oh, okay. Well,
here, also online too.
Okay. Yeah. Well, God, there's so many. I have a list of them that I keep in my phone, but it's just really the bigger point is that I am now able to know when my mind is really wild or when it's really dull, and I'm try to be as flexible as possible about what tools to use. Like sometimes I'm really good at keeping my eyes just slightly open. Other times my eyes are like flittering and I'm like, I'm not going to struggle against that. I'm just going to close them even though I'm not supposed to, or if my mind is really wild, I really love to use the perspective taking, like where I imagine myself on my bed in my house on my block, in downtown Raleigh, in North Carolina, in the country, of the United States, on North America, in the world, in this galaxy, in this universe, and then I become this little pin. And all of a sudden all my problems, my things that I'm perseverating on get smaller too.
That's very good. Please just pause there. So that's very good. There's another form of meditations that you visualize simple. Could be like, I'm sorry, you are not familiar with Tibetan letters, but but like, for example, like A or B or C or D, something that you visualize, and very powerful, not just, ordinary alphabet. So that is you, that's your awareness, that, as you mentioned like that expand over your body, goes out, cover your environment you're in, covers Raleigh, cover North Carolina, cover, then goes then cover like whole universe. While we are, according to that practice, while we are doing that, it's not just expanding that energy, so pure, so divine, that energy is, when it's expanding, it's not just expanding, it's like kind of purifying people's sufferings and bringing them happiness they are looking for. That's why this expansion is done. According to that meditation, it can get bigger and bigger, then purify all, basically you are benefiting them. Then eventually dissolve back, then back to this letter A. Dissolve everything into that, all the positive energy dissolve into that, so that dissolve into your heart chakra, then remain there forever, then you do. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of similar meditation is already been mentioned, some texts. Yeah, please go on.
You want me to keep talking?
Yeah, so I think people will benefit. People will, if anybody wants to share, I think it's good. Don't just look at me. I have something to offer. I have nothing to offer. So sometimes, then I feel bad. Maybe you have more important things to offer than.
Jill wanted me to share something that I said earlier, which is I'm a psychotherapist and also have a very wild mind. And so.
One second. This is like coming from experience. It's not from read something. So that's why it's most important, more authentic. Most of the things that I teach here is that I study. Not necessarily it's coming from my experience. To hear, you meditate, you experience, that's very good to know here, okay? Yeah.
So actually, there's a type of therapy called DBT, Dialectical Behavioral Therapy by Marsha Lanahan or somebody like that. And I started reading about it, and it's actually just Tibetan Buddhism that she's so I thought that I needed to go learn DBT, and actually I know more than I thought. But one of the concepts is to notice that I tell my clients, you're having a feeling like fear or something. And then you have what I call a secondary thought feeling, is what I call it, which is judgment about that or shame about that. And that is not a useful feeling or thought. And so noticing that the secondary thought, or just noticing, I am feeling shame about a feeling that I have, or I'm feeling angry at myself that I'm having this feeling, and so it's important. I guess that relates to meditation in that when we're struggling in a meditation, that's all we need to know. We don't need to then pile on other feelings about that. And just be aware of the fact that, yes, I'm struggling, and that's okay. That's part of it, is you just learned that your mind is in this certain state right now, and that just knowing that will help you throughout your day to know this is going to be an easier day, this is going to be a harder day, I'm really wild, I'm really dull, I'm really, that kind of thing.
Very good. Dr. Brown, you want to say something? Yeah, please, Dr. Brown. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I was thinking that, when we do meditations like this, there's a whole genre of meditations that practice in Theravada Buddhism. Calm abiding is not Tibetan, it's Hindu, and every tradition, meditation tradition has, single pointed concentration. That's not uniquely Tibetan. And then the Vipassana, or insight, or mindfulness meditation, similar. Again, that's Buddhist, very strongly emphasized in Theravada tradition, and now it's become, as she mentioned, DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy, is predicated on it, mindfulness, and some people even call it Mac mindfulness, like McDonald's, sort of everywhere. You look, it's so these kinds of meditations
Say it
are
again,
very
McDonald mindfulness?
Yep.
McDonald mindfulness?
Mac mindfulness is one of the sort of kind of like, sort of a spoof on the whole practice, which is actually quite powerful. But what makes our meditation here, a Mahayana meditation, if we're going to do single pointed concentration, or we're going to do mindfulness practice, how's that different than what's done in the Theravada tradition, or just done in the pedestrian meditation? And I'm going to say that the difference is that whatever practice we're doing, whether it be, and I'm just saying what I think Lama Zopa would probably say, is that you got to start with bodhicitta. You have, if you're going to do meditation on single pointed concentration, you generate, the mind of bodhicitta, get that intention in your mind, and then go do your calm abiding practice, or go do your mindfulness practice, or go do whatever practice. But the first step has to be develop the compassionate heart, mind of bodhicitta. I'm just saying that's Mahayana Buddhism.
Yeah, that's exactly Mahayana Buddhism. Yeah.
And that's, you were alluding to that in one of the meditations and in your other discussions. But I think it's really, I noticed that a lot of people do mindfulness practice, but nobody spends any time developing, bodhicitta, or not many people spend time developing the mind of, altruistic intention to become enlightened based on love and compassion as the reason, as the intention for doing the practice. Then drop it, let that intention carry through the practice. That's what I was saying, because I think we're a Mahayana center, we're not a Theravada center. we're not a generic, pedestrian meditation center. So I think bodhicitta needs to be part of everything we do.
So meditations, it's not rule. It's like based on different, system. So meditations, there's meditation within the Theravada practice, there's meditation within the Mahayana practice. Mahayana practice, the core belief or core understanding to achieving something greater, freedom, is the key is bodhicitta, of course, bodhicitta, altruistic attitude. Generally speaking, meditations does require the best case scenario, positive mindset. Positive mindset is very much needed. If not, neutral. We cannot meditate with negative mindset. So therefore, people before this, they check their mind, check their mind. Or kind of unhappy, angry. What they do breathing meditations. Before they do their actual meditation, they focus on breathing. 21 breathing meditation, 9-round breathing meditations, trying to get rid of this toxic energy that's been like very much active within the mind. That's why mind is not in ease or the peace or happy. So you do breathing meditation, then you are trying to transform your state of mind from positive to neutral. So then from there, then thinking something positive, relatively easier. Then of course, as Dr. Barnes suggests, like Mayana practice, everything's done with out of bodhicitta, universal compassion, bodhicitta. So then now here, this is not new. I've been here 25 years, almost 26 years. People are meditating way before I came here. So that's why I always explain many times throughout the last 26 years, Gom top nyumochos, Gom is meditations. Making familiar with something that you have never been familiar. Method, practice, whatever. Gom. Top, power. Nyumon, disturbing thought. Chungam is less. Whatever meditation, walking meditation, review meditation, single-pointed meditation, analytical meditation, whatever meditation you do, if you are having less negative thought, your meditation is walking. If you are having more negative thought, then some reason that meditation is not working. So the whole purpose, I really, very much from the bottom of my heart, all my friend here who comes wants to know that Gomtop Nimuchuma, purpose of meditation, the reason why we meditate is to have less disturbing thought. That's the whole purpose. Titop Shishiduas, the power of learning spiritualities, learning to have calm mind. You read, mind kind of get calm, peaceful. Titop Shishidu. These are the key things. So then question may arise, then why you learn? Why there's so much learning? Why this thought like there's 367 volumes of books, all of that? Why this all been taught by Buddha? Why is necessary? Mind is complicated, not easy to handle. So, without knowledge, they are saying, there's expressions saying, person without arm, for it's hard to climb the mountains. That is like meditating without knowledge is going to be like that. Tuba maybe gumbate lagdum chala sabotas. Not having, don't know how to meditate. What is meditation? What's the point of meditation? Not knowing any of that, just sitting like this, just like almost like a person with no arm and a wish to climb, but can't climb. That's not true. So that's like that. So that's why we learn. We learn how to meditate, and we follow the instructions that's been there long period of time. Somebody tested, somebody taught, somebody tested, greatly benefited. So that kind of instruction, not like somebody just last night just made it up. Not like that. No. That's it. So, yeah. Anybody else want to share?
Guess there are a couple of comments on YouTube,
Yeah, okay.
and we're almost out of time also. One student said,
one more,
Yeah.
that's one.
one student said, I have found myself,
First there, one
sorry.
second, yeah.
Actually, I just want to fanboy for a little while. I just want to say that I've been practicing meditation for 20 to 40 years.
Oh, yeah.
But I have learned as much in the last 2 months
Oh, yeah.
from coming here and meeting Galecki, that I have learned as much in the last 2 months as I learned in the previous 40 years. So, thank you.
And Geshe-la, I just want to make one comment about, thank you for this teaching, absolutely. And thank you, Don, Dr. Brown, for what he said. But I think part of the reason we don't we have difficulty with starting from bodhicitta is because we do not have self-love. We don't love ourselves first. And if we don't love ourselves first, it's very difficult to extend bodhicitta to others. We need to care for ourselves first. And we've been taught, I believe, in our culture not to do that. And we have to reteach ourselves how to love ourselves so that we can extend bodhicitta to others.
So, Dr. Brown, you want to say more about self-love? Please, self-love. Yeah, self-love. Yeah, self-love. So that's like the frequent kind of like topic that rise. Like, I will say, in my mind, loving is not different than self-love. Loving the same things as self-love. So maybe your understanding is different. For me, self-love means loving other, the same thing. Because you are the one who's loving. That means, in my personal point of view, loving someone is not different between loving someone and self-love is the same thing. So, Dr. Brown, please elaborate. So, what self-love really means. So, why people are having a hard time loving themselves.
I'm going to ask Robbie Watkins to take this question.
By the way, Dr. Brown and Dr. Watkins, these are the two people who started the center, like back in 1992.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's been too long ago. No, it's
self-love.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting. You hardly ever hear that people talk about self-love in Tibetan Buddhism. I ask
basically none.
I ask the teacher. I was in Dharamsala at the time, and he was teaching. The teacher at Tushita was also the teacher at the Tibetan library. And I asked him, I said, where is self-compassion? And because that's sort of equanimous with love. I said, where is that in Tibetan Buddhism? Or where is that in Buddhism? And he said, oh, that's renunciation. So, and I went, wow, let me think about that one a little bit. But renunciation is based on, first of all, recognizing that we're in a mess and recognizing that, we have a problem, but also recognizing that we have the potential to be free of that problem.
Yeah, very true.
And then making that determination, and again, it's not going to come overnight, but having some sense of Buddha nature, that we do have potential to be free of suffering, and then to make this determination to be free. I mean, and again, Buddhism defines love as the wish to have happiness and the causes of happiness. So we make the determination to have happiness and its causes and to be free of suffering. That's the beginning of the spiritual path. That's renunciation. That's compassion for ourselves. Like, I realize I'm in a mess. I can be free. I'm determining to be free. I'm going to determine to be free. I'm going to do the work to free my mind of these negative patterns and so forth, and then create the causes for happiness, in the future. So that's about the best I can come up with. But the other thing is, I think a lot of this self-hatred is predicated on a misunderstanding of self. We really think we're real. And all this garbage that we put out, I've heard people say that the majority of self-talk is negative. I mean, I don't know, 85% of it or more. And then we, being egocentric beings, we have a real sense of self, and then we start plastering on all this garbage, and we believe in it. We believe that we are that bad person that's incapable of being loved or loving, and all of that is just stuff that we make up and we believe. And from a point of view of Buddhism, it's completely made up.
Dr. Brown, you think there's less this kind of things in Asia, in Nepal or India? More here in the developed country like
Well,
Western civilizations?
I'm not, obviously don't live there, but
Yeah, I think
I
you live
didn't
long enough
see a lot
there.
of depression. Well, you know, if you think about, people talk about depression as like anger, I mean, a lot of people have different definitions, but, you know, anger was self-hatred directed toward ourselves. Depression, that would be one aspect of depression. I don't, you know, I didn't, the several years that I spent in India and amongst the Tibetans, they were keeping it to themselves, let me put it to you that way. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And I didn't hear it. Because I think partly is because I think Buddhist culture had so pervaded, I mean, Buddhist teachings had pervaded Tibetan culture. So, for example, if a Tibetan got a headache, they go, oh, great, I got a headache. Look, you know, like I'm using up negative karma, you know, and then, therefore I won't have to suffer in the future. Sort of, rather than going, oh, I hate this headache, I wish I could get rid of it, this is awful, nothing's good is happening. You know, this was right after the Tibetans had moved here in the 60s. Somebody was telling me about somebody they met who had a headache, and they were like rejoicing in the fact that they were purifying negative karma through having this headache. That's a completely different attitude than any American would ever have. So that's part of the Tibetan Buddhist culture that I think, at least in the Tibetan communities in northern India that I was living amongst, they had a different worldview.
When you say they keep themselves, there's good things or bad things?
I don't know what they were talking to me about it, I'll put it to you that way. And I was working in the outpatient clinic at Delhi Hospital.
So then why here in the West
traveled around and, pardon?
Where here people are more vocal about it.
Oh yeah, well, people are more vocal.
They have more free time or what? Huh?
Pardon?
Because they have more free time or what?
More vocal?
Free.
Oh, free time.
Because they have like less time to worry about, because they are like livelihood demands like a lot of physical labor, hard physical labor. End of the day, they're just exhausted. There's nothing to think. So there's something might happen. Something might be happening. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, you know, I mean, I can remember going to a Tibetan nursing home. You know, now you go to a nursing home around here, you're going to see a lot of long faces, particularly amongst old people. This nursing home, and a lot of these people were demented, but everybody had a prayer wheel. Everybody was spinning out prayers, you know, trying to keep their mind positive and thinking that they were doing something beneficial. I got a picture of that. This was in
Yeah, by the way, I took some of our members purposely to visit nursing home in India to let them see.
I mean, these people are not depressed. In the nursing homes, they even if they're demented, anybody can spin a prayer wheel. And I think that I just saw some pretty happy people, and I thought, well, because I did geriatric fellowship and was spiritual. I mean, I'm sort of, anyway, I dealt with a lot of people in nursing homes and a lot of depression and just waiting to die. Whereas in India and Nepal, I saw different.
You mean like the spiritual path they choose and having a unshakable faith into that, that's the one they keep them kind of like alive?
Pardon?
Something must be keeping them like smile, they feel lucky, they feel fortunate, they are well fed, they are like not really dwelling on past, they are just living present moment. Yeah, nursing home, lots of people, they look kind of happy. Yeah. They have this handheld, like they do this prayer, the money, and also they are kind of like smiling. That's the truth. That's the truth. So I was wondering, like something keep them like hope, or like they don't lose their like positive hope. They still hope like something good will happen to them, or like I'm not sure like what's the difference. Physically-wise, they have nothing.
Yeah.
Physically-wise, there's nothing.
I'll say one last thing. I think that most of the Tibetans had tremendous devotion, even the ones in Nepal that I saw in the nursing home. They have tremendous devotion to His holiness. I think that's a huge part of their spiritual practice, is that they're offering their practice to His holiness for His long life, for the whatever. I think that devotion is a big part of their practice.
Yeah, no, every human has hole in their heart. They're trying to fill that hole somehow, whatever ways. So maybe, that's why I was wondering, maybe the spiritual path, or maybe reciting Mani Mantra, compassion mantra, that's the best thing to do. Maybe that keeps them happy, that so then back to Dr. Brown, self-love, you say renunciation, well said. But, when you look at the Lamrim teaching, there's a book called Lamrim. It's begins with precious human life. And there's somehow that we all have responsibility to explain to people how we can help them to see some goodness in themselves. See that there as you said, when you're angry, then you have second thought, that kind of feels you shame, all of that, how to get rid of that. And help them how not to associate themselves with their feeling, If they really want to associate themselves with something, they should associate themselves with the divine nature, Buddha nature. So I'm not sure, I've been here more than close to 26, I still don't know what is the best way to really, for me, perfectly sense, precious human life, it makes sense, but the question is how to explain, how to people to understand what is the core meaning of this precious human life. Right from the Guru devotion, the second most important topic in Lamrim, precious human life. So then renunciation, then small scope, middle scope, then the great scope, this one. It's all lined up, precisely lined up, but we are not getting it. So I'm not sure how to help. I just don't know. So been a struggle, still struggling now, been 26 years, that's not short time, that's quite more than 2 decades. So I said many times, I'm not sure people understand or they don't understand, I'm not sure. So the self-love, self-compassion, tying with renunciations start from precious human life. If you don't see anything good in yourself, hard to accomplish anything. Yeah, how to help people understand, and not you can say, oh, please believe, but that's not going to do much. How to help people to see that they're maybe they feel there's hole, maybe there's hole beneath the hole, there's Buddha nature, there's divine nature, how to nurture that. And how to there's, I don't know, how. So, sometime I very much hope everyone here speak fluent Tibetan. So then you can help me. So then I can hand it to text to you, so then you can written help how you speak fluent English. Sometimes, it's not easy. Looking down, you're looking up to me, looking down, hoping that I will say something that, I'm not sure how much you understand, how much I express what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking in Tibetan, saying in English, it's not easy. This is kind of not difficult. Yeah, so let's go now. Can you wait 1 second, please? The online people, there are some maybe.
These were just two brief comments. One was, I have found myself much calmer since having a morning meditation practice.
Very good.
And then another person said, I am grateful for learning via Tibetan Buddhism that I can change and improve my mind. Before I connected with the Dharma, I felt hopeless to change due to ADD, anxiety, depression, and obsessive compulsion disorder. So.
And then we stop now. We are way over past time.
I just want to answer the question that you were asking.
Yeah, very good. Wonderful, yeah.
So I've gone to many teachers, Western, Eastern, Vietnamese, Korean, Tibetan, all different languages, English speaking, non-English speaking as the main language. You are doing a wonderful job. Every time I come here, I learn something new. And also beyond the language, which your language is perfect and fine, it's good enough. But beyond that, it's your spirit and your energy that speaks to our hearts and our spirits.
Okay, thank you.
We are understanding.
That's very, very sweet. That's very kind of you. Thank you. No. Oh yeah, we'll stop. But anyway, I want you to know struggle that I go through. No, it's not that easy. Like thinking in Tibetan, talking English, not in broken English. It's kind of like many things happening here. Not that easy. Oh yeah, don't do that.
Okay, and the, let's see, Gold Prayer Book, please turn to page 246. And we'll read the dedication verses from Master Shantideva. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled, with a mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food, may the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy, may the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other. For as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Then the long life prayers on page 244 and 245, first for His Holiness. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. And then page 245 for Khensen Rinpoche, Jetsun Losang Daud. The one who mastered speech at a very young age. The one with great patience who received the name Alatade. The one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa and Bliss and Void. Lama, ornament of the yellow hat tradition. Please remain until samsara ends. And then on the inside back cover, a prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of victorious One, Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of the infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wear the armor of patience that is never discouraged, incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make requests. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious One's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the three jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And then the inside front cover, first for long life prayers for Geshe Gelek and the Geshe Sampo. Supreme God, you lead us on the many paths of virtue. A shining sun, you give us the best of excellent explanations. Supreme virtuous friend, you are constant Dharma companion. Lama, who is now in Spain, may you ever remain. You who have steadfast imprints of virtuous qualities and keep the instructions of the glorious Guru in your heart. You who pass day and night with noble activities, great virtuous friend, may you have a very long life. And then 7 Dharma mantras for all beings. Om Tare-tu, Tare-tu, Re Soha. 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 Om Tare-tu, Tare-tu, Re Soha.
Well, there's certainly a lot of amazing, wonderful opportunities here from the Kadampa Center for improving our lives and just great stuff. And among these, next Sunday, May the 5th, the Triangle Interfaith Alliance, whom Kadampa Center is affiliated with, we're having our annual meeting, and there's an opportunity to listen to someone who is experiencing all the things that Geshe-la was teaching about today, on how to accept and understand that people are people, everyone wants happiness, doesn't matter what your label of faith or culture or race is. Dr. Fatima Saleh is going to be speaking. She's from Duke University on a topic called Love Without Labels. And she's speaking from her own experience of she has a family that has embraced cultural, racial, and spiritual diversity and woven it together. She has a father who's African American, a mother who's Malaysian and Puerto Rican. She married a white guy, they've got children. They live in a 4-generation home with every kind of race, religion possible. So come learn from her experience. Next Sunday at 3 o'clock at Greystone Baptist Church. And please register, it's free, but we just need to know numbers. So register in the next few days if possible. This flyer will be on the other side of this wall and by the back door. Thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la, for the wonderful teaching. I'm up here because our treasurer said I had to get up and speak, and I do what he says. If you're on our mailing list, you may have just received this or will receive it in the next couple of days. If you're not, you can pick a copy up by the front door. This is our annual appeal and annual report. Shows what we're doing here at Kadampa Center, what we're planning on for the coming year, shows where our money comes from and where it goes. As people know, we have no outsource, nobody's supporting us outside Kadampa Center. It's entirely up to the people who come here and find the teachings beneficial. So any way that you can support the center, both through volunteerism and through financial contributions, is greatly appreciated. So please look at this and read it carefully. And I think this is how we support the spectacular spiritual program that we have here at Kadampa Center. I mean, it's really unprecedented, the number of fantastic events we've had over the past 12 months. So we'll let Donna talk about that, I think.
Well, we have 2, count them, 2, back-to-back, amazing, fantastic, unbelievable teachers coming to Kadampa Center in just 10 days. His Eminence, the 7th Ling Rinpoche, is going to be here on Wednesday, May 8th, just for the one day. And the next time you see Geshe Sangpo, give him your huge thank you for this, because we learned in December that Ling Rinpoche had a tour planned in the United States. Everything was set, all the dates were set, we weren't on the schedule. Geshe Sangpo was in Bodh Gaya, he was planning to go see Ling Rinpoche the next day, and he went in and he said, please come to Kadampa Center. And his Ling Rinpoche's attendant said, oh no, the schedule is set, and Geshe Sangpo said, please come. And so out of his kindness and out of Geshe Sangpo's kindness to us to request that we have this amazing teacher coming here. If you don't know, the sixth Lingua Rinpoche, his immediate previous life, he was His Holiness's senior tutor. So this is really quite an amazing thing. He's going to be teaching in the morning on the foundation of all good qualities, and in the afternoon he will give a Medicine Buddha empowerment. So we're really fortunate to have him coming. Next Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be doing all kinds of prep to get ready. On Saturday, there's going to be a lot of cleaning, both inside and outside the building, so please come and help with that. Sunday, starting right after the teachings, we're going to reorganize the Gampa with new seating for them, so please come and be part of that. There's way to sign up to help with volunteering for that. So he's going to be here, and also he's going to arrive on Tuesday afternoon around 3 o'clock. So come to RDU with your katas, Terminal 2, right around, get there. You want to get there a little early, just in case his plane gets there early, and we'll have an opportunity to greet him there. And then, of course, we'll be able to greet him again when he's here. So he'll be here Tuesday and Wednesday, and he's leaving Thursday. And then on Friday afternoon, another amazing teacher who has very kindly visited Kadampa Center 3 times before. He is our precious Geshe's precious teacher, Sarah J. Kinsa Rinpoche. He is coming. He'll arrive on Friday afternoon. He will teach on Saturday and Sunday morning, and possibly the following Wednesday evening on Lama Tsongkhapa's text, The Song of Experience. So, and I think his flight arrives just a little bit before 2 o'clock, also Terminal 2 at RDU. So keep that kata, or get another one, and come and greet him, and then we'll have him here on those weekend mornings. So we'll still have a little bit of volunteering, cleaning up and so forth to do, and not as much because we'll have done a whole bunch just earlier in the week, but please be part of helping out in any way that you can. It's an amazing opportunity not just to hear these teachings, but the opportunity to serve teachers like this through helping out at the center is really amazing, so much merit. So please do come, and whether you can come and just come for the teachings, come and help volunteer, whatever you do, please come and just rejoice that we have this amazing opportunity all happening in just the space of 1 week. Thank you. Oh, and there's a potluck right now.
Oh, sorry. Ling Rinpoche, like previous life, I received my novice vow when I was 13 years old back in the monastery. Then I managed to receive few teachings. So this is the first time, like you, I'm seeing face-to-face, seeing Ling Rinpoche. This is the first time. Now he's like 40, something close to 40. So if your time allows, I highly recommend you to come. This is a weekday. So the medicine Buddha empowerment is like the healing initiations or empowerment that you are going to receive. This is all for healing, okay? If you can come, then please do. I highly recommend, because Ling Rinpoche's schedule is very tight. Then to go so many places, Taiwan, Malaysia, Vietnam, then Asia, so then sometimes go to Europe, then come to the United States. The schedule is all packed because he's like the highest, one of the highest Lama in Tibetan community. Every Tibetan want to see. Now they are, Tibetan population, Bay Area, Minnesota, New York. So the schedule is very tight, as Donasi said. Fortunately, because of Geshe Sambo, so they squeeze us in. I very much hope that he can come on Sunday. There'll be more people, but it turns out that's the only times that available is Wednesday. So if your times allows, then please come. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Enjoy your potluck. Enjoy Sunday.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.